If you are a fan of softball, you are going to love the Fastpitch TV show. From softballjunk.com, we're bringing you more softball than anyone on the planet. Sit back and get ready. Here's the Fastpitch TV show.
Hello, I'm Gary Leland, and this is the Fastpitch TV show. Make sure and take a look at all my videos, blogs, and softball information on my website at fastpitch.tv. Now, the Fastpitch TV website brings you more free softball than anyone on the planet. Now, today I have an interview for you that I conducted with former Olympian Jennie Finch at the National Fastpitch Coaches Association's National Convention. They're known as the NFCA. I want to thank Mizuno Sports for putting this interview together for me. Every year they set me up an interview with Jennie Finch, and I want to make sure they know how much I appreciate it. Thank you, Larry. Show them some support and some love, and buy some stuff from them. Now let's go to the interview with Jennie right after this short message about my Fastpitch magazine, which you can find at fastpitchmagazine.com.
Oops, sorry. I was reading this month's issue of the Fastpitch magazine. What? You're not familiar with the Fastpitch magazine? Watch this. You are going to love it. Looks great, right? Want to find more about the #1 coaching tool on the internet? Go to fastpitchmagazine.com today.
Well, Jennie, thanks once again. Our yearly thing here at the NFCA. And I want to thank Mizuno for providing the time with you. And thank you ahead of time for taking the time for these questions. Are you ready to get into these questions now?
I'm ready. It's good to be back, and I'm ready for these questions. Let's do it.
Well, we got some fan questions here for you. And the first one is, you've answered this one before, though, so I'm feeling kind of goofy, but how old were you when you started playing softball?
I was 5 years old. So I have two older brothers. They played baseball, and for me, I wanted to be like them. And so when I turned 5, my parents signed me up to play t-ball, and it was softball at the time. So unlike a lot of others, I started out with softball and fell in love with it instantly and played ever since.
You're right. So many people start on baseball. Like Crystal, I think, started on baseball. I mean, so many of them didn't and switched over later in life. But that was a long time ago to start. Not that you're old, I don't mean that, but to start at softball at that age, I mean, that's pretty smart of whoever put you into softball.
Yeah, well, luckily I had the opportunity, where maybe some others didn't, or they had a brother, so they just kind of played in the same little league. But, you still see those girls. We saw Monet Davis this last year kind of just, throw like a girl, and she brought it, and what a great...
that was a good story.
Surgeon for the female
story.
athlete. Yes, absolutely. So, now there's so many young youth programs, and so the opportunity for softball is there all across the country, which is exciting because that proves we've grown so much and we just continue to grow.
Cool. Okay, question number 2. Was there anyone special in your life that helped make you a great player?
I'd have to give credit to my dad. My backbone. He spent all the time on the bucket catching me. He developed the Finch windmill, a shoulder exerciser that I've been on since I was 12 years old. So I have to give him a lot of credit. He would have a catcher's mitt on one hand and a radar gun in the other, and pushed me all the way through. He believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. He made me practice when I didn't want to practice. And, I'm so grateful because as hard and tough as he was, it was never crossed the line to where I resented the game or I didn't like the game because of it. So, it was that fine balance of pushing me and motivating me and driving me, but never did it affect my love for the game. And I'm so grateful for him kind of knowing where that line was, even though when I was that age, I didn't think he knew where that line was. But now looking back, he knew how far to push and that there still was more within me, and he knew how to get it out of me.
That's a problem some parents have.
Absolutely.
Your dad, speaking of your dad being the coach, did he come up with the Finch windmill pitcher because of his working with you?
He did, actually. So he saw the overdevelopment on my right side, and he remembers, all the baseball pitchers back in the day taking off their shirts and, seeing the imbalance that they had on their arms, their shoulders, the muscle imbalance. And so he wanted a way that I could work out right-handed and left-handed, and a lot of the top athletes were ambidextrous. So they were training their left side and right side. And he said, man, if I can get her left side trained, her right side will be that much stronger, because that's what you're resisting against. And so in developing the windmill, he's a man of inventions. He could fix anything and create anything. And he created this machine that I could throw without having the stress of throwing on my arm, and it's controlled. You set the tension and you go around in a circle, and there wasn't really anything out there that you could go through the windmill pitch and work out and train. There was bungees and everything else,
right,
but nothing sport specific to fast pitch and overhand softball. And met Dr. Sherry Warner. She did the first study on the Finch windmill.
I love her. She's
great.
Great.
Oh, awesome! And so that's kind of where we base all of the instructional stuff that we teach is based on Dr. Sherry Warner and the science that she brought in. And my dad sent me off to get analyzed in 1996 with the Olympic pitchers, and I came back with some of the safest mechanics from the camp, and through Dr. Sherry Warner kind of developing, okay, this is where you can push, this is where you can't push, this is safe, this is unsafe. It's not a matter of right or wrong. It's more a matter of safe and unsafe, and we got to keep our young kids safe.
You're going to get hurt or not get hurt.
Absolutely, because underhand, overhand, you're still putting stress on your arm. There's not a natural motion. It's still throwing a ball, and there's stresses there.
And I've always been told that's such a natural motion, and I did a video with Sherry the other day, and no, it's
exact same
it's not
stresses,
that
yes.
safe,
and especially if you throw the screwball that we don't teach because we've seen so many injuries from it. There's just the same same stresses on your elbow as, say, an overhand curveball. So a lot of similarities.
Okay. Very good. Okay, question number 3. How do you personally get ready for a game? What is your deal? What do you do?
I'm an athlete that likes to stick with her routine. So basically just be consistent, lay low, do the same thing I did every single day, and prepared. And for me, too, the preparation was the week, the months, the year prior to. So when I did get that uniform on, it's done, it's go time, it's game time. Right. And that, I think, as an athlete, that's where your confidence comes from, is that preparation, the blood, sweat, and tears, the hard work that you put in prior to putting that uniform on. And so when you get that uniform on, you're confident, you're ready to compete, and trusting what you've done, and go out there and put your best foot forward.
You're ready to go. If you're ready to go, you're going to be confident.
Absolutely.
Okay, number 4. What do you like to do when you're not doing softball?
I have 3 amazing, crazy little kids, and so I adore every second I have with them. We live on a ranch, and so we just got cattle. There's always something going on out there in the country.
What else would you want to do?
What
else could be better?
I know. We love to go fishing. I love being outside. I love being active. And really just with them, anything's good.
Yeah, what could be better than that? I shouldn't even ask such a stupid question. Okay, what factors do you feel have influenced you the most to become the player you are?
Oh my gosh. So many factors. I think, hard work, dedication, many, many sacrifices. And that was, one of my biggest reasons of writing the book, Throw Like a Girl, was because everybody sees the trophies, the medals, they see all of the limelight stuff, but they don't see the blood, sweat, and tears, and the heartache, the disappointments, the losses, the failure that I had to experience and go through to help shape and build the athlete and the character that I was. And so, just sharing those hard times, going through those hard times made me stronger. And
it can also be something as little as not getting to go to a school event because you got to be at the school softball game.
Oh, for sure.
Because they're counting on you, and you can't do another event that all your friends are doing.
Right, yeah. Missed out on a ton, and luckily we didn't have Instagram or Twitter to know what we were missing out on. Thank goodness. So
things have changed.
Yes, I try to tell young athletes. It always looks a lot better than it is. You're missing out, but you're not missing out on too much. If you're having fun, staying focused, to your goal, that's all that counts. And for me, I have to attribute the coaches that I've had, my dad, the Finch windmill, my teammates. My teammates have pushed and motivated me and driven me, and even I think my opponents, looking back, you're always kind of competing against these same athletes, and they helped make me a better athlete by kind of raising that bar.
That's a good answer. All your answers are good, though. You always have good answers. Okay. Do you have any routines or superstitions that you implement regularly? Like I know someone who makes a cross right there.
I'm a pitcher. Yeah, for me, I like to recite Philippians 4:13 before every pitch. I started that my junior year of college. But I put my uniform on the same way. My roommate, Tony Mascarinas, and we started spraying our uniform with perfume before we left for the game. Just little things I love to, I had a spot for my bag, my glove, at Arizona, it was the end of the dugout, and that was my spot. I wanted it to be in the same spot every time. And so you learn kind of who has the superstitions, who has the routines, and you kind of follow those. And then, you ride them until you need to switch something up, and then you switch it up, and
you got a new one.
That's right.
It's a good one there. I like the end of the aisle, end of the bedroom. Okay, what is your favorite softball memory?
Favorite softball memory? Woo, how do you pick one?
Yeah, that's true.
So many. Winning a national championship with the University of Arizona. We had 8 seniors that year, and to send them out with the championship was such a thrill. And then on the national team, nothing greater than wearing USA across your chest, competing for your country. So at the top is winning a gold in Athens with Lisa Fernandez, Leah Berg, Lori Harrigan, Leah O'Brien Amico, who I looked up to. I was in their autograph line 8 years prior to, and now here I was.
So nice.
Oh, she's the best.
And her kids are so good looking.
They
I hate to say it, but every time I see those kids with those big eyes, they got the biggest, prettiest eyes, those boys do.
Yes, they're blessed.
Yeah.
So to be able to play with the women that I looked up to was such a thrill for me, and then to do it in Athens, Greece, where it all started, and so great.
Okay, we're getting close to the end here. Number 8. How much value do you place on mental training, and do you have any advice for others in this area?
Ooh, the mind is your most powerful tool. And young athletes think it's their hands, their legs, all of these things, but really it starts with the mind. You have to believe, and if you believe you're going to fail, you're going to fail. And so it's a matter of, fighting that negative voice within you. And, I played for 24 years, and, still to this day I have that doubter, that negative voice within my head, and you have to battle it. You have to knock it down as soon as it comes in, and, you have to trust your hard work, your preparation, and go for it. And I think, for me to be mentally tough, it took me to work and train and build that preparation, because then that was my foundation. So I knew I was ready. I knew that I prepared in every way that I possibly could. So when I had that uniform on, I was ready. And ultimately, I could live with the outcome because I gave everything I had. And so that's, I think, where you want to be. It starts with the preparation and then building off that, and then you become confident. But, there's going to be times where it's like, whose right arm is this? But you just got to ride it. Like Coach Kendra always says, don't get too high and don't get too low. And this game will take you through those highs and lows if you let it. But it's a game of consistency and average, and it's just a matter of plugging away.
Okay. Sorry, I have to read these. My
No, it's
not
good.
that good. If you could do anything else in the world as a profession, what would it be?
Oh my gosh. Ooh.
Okay, I've stumped
I
you.
don't
This
know.
will be a first
I don't know.
time.
I would love to work at a zoo. I love animals,
Okay.
so just to be around animals. But I'm so blessed. I don't think I would trade it. This
This is it. This
this
really.
life has been, more than I possibly could imagine, and by the grace of God, it's been such a thrill. So I'm blessed, extremely blessed, and with my family now, and now I get to experience the same memories that I have with my parents now with them, and it's a good life, that's for sure.
Okay, and here it is. What is the greatest obstacle you've had to overcome in your softball career?
Greatest obstacle, I would say, staying mentally tough. I think every single day we can give in with our bodies and our minds, or we can fight against it and continue to strive to be better. And so it's a matter of, every single day turning that good to great. We can all have a good day or we can have a great day, and that's our decision. But, especially with 3 kids now, there's some challenging days. I wouldn't trade it for the world, but it's a matter of, controlling what you can control and being the best you. And that's one of my favorite sayings is, I just heard the other day, like, your greatest competition is in the mirror. And it's so true. It's how far are you willing to push? How far are you willing to go? And how good do you really want to be?
It's in everything, though. I mean, in anything.
Oh, on and off
people
the
think it's
field.
so easy to do anything, but so many people. That's why the pyramid's so small at the top, because not too many people want to put that time in to get to that top of that pyramid.
It takes a lot of work.
I appreciate you taking the time, and I appreciate Mizuno Sports putting this together for us. Y'all both are great for me, and I appreciate it very much.
Thank you. Always a pleasure, and we're super excited to be launching our 2 new bats, the Nighthawk and the Black Widow. So we have our first 2-piece composite bat, which we're pretty excited about.
And I talked to them about it this morning. It looks pretty
Yes,
exciting.
yes.
Everybody's excited
I
about
know,
it.
it's kind of making me want to get back,
Yeah,
lace up the cleats and get back out there on the field.
I haven't
but
seen this kind of excitement around a bat in the Mizuno booth in a while.
I know, we're pretty pumped.
Yeah, so everybody thinks this is the deal. I hope it is. I plan on ordering some myself. Hey,
Awesome.
Thanks again. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Gary.
Looking for a softball bat? Do you want to save $30? SoftballJunk.com is offering an additional $30 discount on all regular price bats on the website. That's right, $30 discount. Just text the word Fastpitch to 555-888 and Gary will send you a discount code good for $30 off your next softball bat at SoftballJunk.com. FYI, that code's also good at the Arlington, Texas store.
Welcome back. Now, that last short clip, well, that was my daughter Amanda telling you about my website, softballjunk.com. Make sure you text the word Fastpitch to 555-888 and get your discount code for $30 off your next softball bat. You can use that code at checkout, like I said, and save $30. You can use the code over and over and over. It's a really great deal. You can give it out to your friends. I don't care. But you need to text Fastpitch to 555-888, and I'll text you back the discount code. Now, if you enjoy the show, I ask you at least check out my website, softballjunk.com, the next time you're looking for softball equipment. If I offer a competitive price, well, please buy from me and show some support for all the great content I bring you. I hope you enjoyed today's show. Please tell your friends about the Fastpitch TV show. Tell them about softballjunk.com too. Make sure they take a look at my website, fastpitch.tv. So until next time, this is Gary Leland saying goodbye and thanks for watching.
This show is a member of the Fastpitch TV network. See all of our shows and blogs at www.fastpitch.tv.